The Facebook executive Ankhi Das, whose name came up in a recent controversy over alleged bias by the social networking giant in dealing with hate posts online, has resigned from the company. A statement by Facebook India's managing director said Ankhi has decided to step down from her role in Facebook to pursue her interest in public service. Ankhi was one of our earliest employees in India and played an instrumental role in the growth of the company and its services over the last 9 years. Ankhi Das's resignation comes weeks after both the company and she faced questions, both internally from employees and from the Government of India, over how political content is regulated on the popular social media platform, which boasts over 300 million users in India. Joining us now, Apar Gupta is a lawyer, Executive Director of Internet Freedom Foundation. We're also joined by Rohan Gupta of the Congress Party, and we'll also be speaking to PKD Nambiar, the political analyst. I'd like to first go across to you, Apar. Apar, do you believe that this is the result, irrespective of what Facebook says, that this is in fact the result of their internal audit, on the basis of which Ankhi Das's position was untenable?
So what we know in the public domain is that there is an ongoing human rights audit which is being conducted on Facebook India. We don't know the terms of it. We don't know if this is an outcome from that, but I would expect that audit to be done over a period of months and not be so time bound. So I do think that while this is linked to the controversies which were sparked off after the write-ups in the articles in the Wall Street Journal, and is related to that entire controversy, I don't think so. It's an outcome of an internal audit or finding, because for instance, in the United States, when they did a civil rights audit, it took them close to 1.5 years to complete that. And I think in India, the disclosure that such an audit is taking place was only done a few weeks back. So I do expect them to summon company officials, hear evidence, and then give findings. So I do think that more transparency on that will be useful. I do think it's an outcome from that, but it does not fundamentally change either the nature of the company or the problems.
All right. Rohan Gupta, how would you look at this? Ankhi Das, questions about her role, questions about how Google actually moderates hate comments came up in Parliament. Google was asked to appear before the Delhi Assembly. They had problems with that as well. Do you believe that her deciding to go one way or the other answers a lot of the problems the Congress has with Facebook?
Basically, it's not about the problem Congress had with Facebook. The kind of allegations which came on Ms. Ankhi Das were from international media. Congress was not there. So basically,
no, but you made it very much
Facebook in India. Let me finish. So basically, the kind of allegations which were made on Facebook. Facebook today commands a huge market share in India. Around 40 crore people are there on Facebook. So obviously, as a platform, if it is the reliability is questioned, I think it's a serious issue. And the kind of allegations which came from international media on Facebook, and none of them were answered properly by Facebook, and the kind of instances which were quoted from the Gujarat election, after that the Lok Sabha elections, and after that till now, I think they were very, very serious allegations. And Facebook, at the end of the day, being one of the most popular social media platforms in India, they should have taken care of their image. I don't want to comment whether she has been asked to resign or she has resigned on her own, but at the end of the day, the kind of allegations put on her, it was very difficult for maybe her to continue or justify her position as a head of Facebook India policy.
All right. PKD Nambiar, there have been dozens of NGOs and organizations around the world which have spoken about Facebook, the lack of transparency, and how their own policies, their stated policies, are not the same in terms of what exactly they are doing in terms of tackling or dealing with hate. Do you believe that this is in a sense a first step towards cleaning up Facebook's act in India?
I believe, I think the larger question today should be that Ankhi Das has left or she has asked to go. It should not be the discussion. The discussion should be that there is a larger question of the hate speech. This was the discussion which Congress or the opposition parties and even the Wall Street Journal and the Time magazine was reporting. Now, in India, who will say that what is hate speech?
No, but if you have a comment saying that Rohingya Muslims need to be attacked by a member of the BJP or allegedly by a member of the BJP, and if that was allowed to hang on or stay put on Facebook, is that not deeply problematic?
This is a basic problem is that I haven't even completed my statement, Vishnu. The problem is that the hate speech needs to be defined. Who will define it? What is hate speech for you is not the hate speech maybe for me.
No, but a hate speech is not when one person threatens to have a member of another community killed is not hate speech. Which law are you talking about?
Vishnu, in the same spirit, let me ask you that when the former Home Minister was talking about a Hindu terror and channels after channel was running programs talking about there is a Hindu terror in this country, do you think that 80 crore or 90 crore Hindus in this country are terrorists?
This is not about Hindus or any community. It's about a remark which calls for physical harm against a member of a community. In this case, the Rohingya community by a member of an MLA of the BJP. Right.
Vishnu,
why was that remark allowed to hang on there in the first place?
Vishnu, the whole in the
and
whole
how can you justify that remark, sir?
No, Vishnu, in the whole world, the media today is a biased business. It is a business. It is not anything like even though if you say that it is a fourth arm of the judiciary, it is not the truth. It is a biased business which is taking place.
We're not talking about a business, sir. We are talking about hate online. And you're asking me what is the definition of hate? Apar Gupta, if anybody online goes and says a member of another community needs to be killed or attacked, does that not constitute hate by the existing laws of India?
It does, Vishnu. And what is also very particular is that social media platforms also self-police on their and self-censor on their platforms. So it doesn't need to be hate speech only within the definition of law in which it will be proved through evidence and cross-examination. They in fact even censor posts, for instance, which may show partial nudity in the context of, let's say, breast cancer, which has been an instance of a problem on Instagram and Facebook. So they're very censorial in nature. And in fact, just going to the Wall Street Journal article, the specific allegation was not that Aakhi Das played a role in having a very engaged academic conversation around hate speech. The issue was that she said it would impact Facebook's business prospects in India. And this is as per the Wall Street Journal, not as per the Congress, the BJP or Apar Gupta.
Allegation, Vishnu. That's a purely an allegation. It is not, if we go by all the decisions, I think, a responsible media like us and in the prime time television, we should be discussing about what is really the hate speech and what that content.
But you just said that a hate speech is acceptable if one member says that a member of another community can be physically attacked and you're justifying that. So that is illegal by any definition of the law in any civilization. And you're still justifying that.
So I would like to take you to the recent comment by the Supreme Court in the Sudarshan case, wherein you also have ran a comment why the Supreme Court took the cognizance.
No, Rohan, now you cannot say that it is okay for a member of the Rohingya Muslims to be killed and expect that to be up on social media without any questioning. It doesn't work like that in our country. In this India, it doesn't work that way. But let me go across to. I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow anybody to justify hate on this program. I don't do that. That's completely unacceptable. India doesn't operate on that basis. Rohan Gupta, let me ask you this. A lot of question marks have also been raised by the BJP in the past on the Congress party and Facebook, pointing out your sort of involvement or being named in Cambridge Analytica. So in as much as you criticize the BJP and Facebook in how they've operated, haven't you also used data by Cambridge Analytica which was linked to Facebook in sort of wargaming information for elections?
See, absolutely not, Vishnu. If you see BJP's allegation, they are like counter allegation because something was questioned against them. Allegations on Facebook India top officials were by international media, and they were like quite, if you see the allegations, they were quite serious. You are giving one instance. Apart from there were a lot of BJP pages which were allowed to be there. There were a lot of surrogate pages which was allowed to be there on platform on BJP's request, like hate spreaders like India and even is there is international media which has questioned Facebook India's certain policies, and after that BJP, when they got exposed, first of all they never knew whether to support Facebook or counter Facebook.
Okay.
After that, when they understood that okay, now we cannot save Facebook, they made counter allegations. Any of the allegations made by BJP is not supported by any of the facts, and we are in opposition. You know, BJP is very good in
all right. Well, in all of this, we haven't
misusing
had a
power.
representative
They could have taken the
of
action.
Facebook, and I think it's only responsible that I sort of talk about what Facebook has said. They say we prohibit hate speech and content that incites violence, and we enforce these policies globally without regard to anyone's political position or party affiliation. While we know there is more to do, we are making progress on enforcement and conduct regular audits of our process to ensure fairness and accuracy. Hopefully, fairness and accuracy are words that are looked at much more closely than they have been in the past. I'm out of time on this program. I'd like to thank all our participants very much for being with us. It's time for this short break.